Larson's back! Yo, what is up everyone? My name is Jeff Cross and welcome back to the episode of Inside the Lines on this Wednesday afternoon. We're just hours away from what should hopefully be the race of the NASCAR Cup Series from Texas, which it's on its fourth or fifth day right now. Started on Sunday, now it's Wednesday, still from the rain and the mist, but right now, we don't care about that. We are all talking about the news that just broke minutes ago at the time of this recording. Kyle Larson is back. I know this is a surprise that no one expected. Really, no one knew that this was going to happen, but it's been confirmed. Larson will drive the number 5 car at Hendrick Motorsports in 2021. Basically, the 88 will be renumbered to the 5. Now, let's be honest. This was a story that a lot of us expected. Ever since Larson was reinstated by NASCAR, actually, really, ever since we saw that first interview or that first post came out from Adam Stern where it talked about Larson, Chevrolet, and NASCAR being in the same room at an event that took place at the Youth Urban Racing School. I think that's what the name was. We had a feeling that, okay, there's a possibility that something could be brewing there. Then we saw Larson give the interview with CBS this morning for the first time ever. Then right after that, we saw Larson get reinstated by NASCAR. Everything set it up for Larson to go to Hendrick. And some of y'all call me crazy. Some of you saying, oh, there's no way Larson could go to Hendrick. There's no way. And guess what? Now it's been confirmed. He will be going to Hendrick Motorsports. And on top of the pit box will be Cliff Daniels. This is going to be very, very important. We're going to talk about that later on in the show. Now, Larson did release a statement alongside with Hendrick Motorsports. We're going to read them out to you. We first started with Kyle Larson. Hendrick Motorsports is a championship organization that has set a high bar for performance and for how drivers represent the teams and its partners. My goal is to win races, be a great teammate, continue my personal efforts to grow and hold myself to that high standard personally and professionally. Making the absolute most of this platform and the opportunity in front of me is my focus. I know what's expected of me and what I expect of myself on and off the track. Mr. Hendrick is one of the people who extended a hand to me over the past 6 months. Our initial conversations were not about racing. He cares about me as a person and wants to see me succeed beyond driving. I can't put into words how grateful I am for the commitment, the faith, and confidence from him and everyone at Hendrick Motorsports. Then we go into Hendrick Motorsports statement with Rick Hendrick. He said, Kyle is unquestionably one of the most talented race car drivers in the world. He has championship level ability and will be a significant addition to our on-track program. More importantly, I have full confidence that he understands our expectations and will be a tremendous ambassador for our team, our partners, and NASCAR. Kyle and I have had many conversations leading up to today's announcement. I'm confident on what's in his heart and his desire to be a champion in all aspects of his life and career. Kyle has done important work over the past 6 months, and Hendrick Motorsports is going to support those continued efforts. Okay, so now let's talk about, first of all, many people are uncomfortable with Larson coming back into the sport. And this coming from a black person or mixed person, if you want to get real specific. I am perfectly okay with Larson coming back into NASCAR. In fact, I am personally okay with him going back into a top right. And this is the reason why. First of all, number one, Larson in the past 6 months has done more than probably what majority of white people will do in their entire lives. Not even white people, just people in general will do in their entire lives. Okay, he has done a lot between April and now. That says a lot. Number two, the fact that he has gone quiet about this, that he really truly cares about trying to grow from this situation and trying to become a better person and show that he's truly sorry about it. It makes me think, why not give him another shot at a ride? Now, some people are wondering why the top right. You know, some people might say take the Kurt Busch route, not in terms of equal reactions or at least in terms of equal paths. In terms of what I'm talking about is Kurt Busch, when he was fired from Team Penske, he had to start at Phoenix Racing. He had to go to Furniture Row Racing to then get to Stewart-Haas. It took him about 2 or 3 years. A lot of people are saying, well, Larson should go that same route. Maybe he should go to the 37 car. Maybe he should do some run some for lower funded teens and maybe the Xfinity series. The reason why I'm not surprised he has this ride is because it's Kyle Larson. In terms of look at his talent and look how young he is. He's, I think, 26 years old. He is incredibly talented. We know what he can do in a race car. It makes sense to see why you would automatically put him in a top right. The man will bring in results. And I'm not surprised to see him be at Hendrick Motorsports. You have to understand, when Larson first came into NASCAR, a lot of people viewed him as the next Jeff Gordon. Gordon and Larson. Gordon really wanted Larson at HMS. Chip Ganassi got him in there, but still, you had a feeling that okay, if Larson were to leave Chip Ganassi, Hendrick Motorsports would be the next stop. And especially this season when Larson was in his final year of his contract with Chip Ganassi Racing, many people had him directly to take over the 48 car. So it's not surprising to see him still be at Hendrick Motorsports after everything that has taken place. And I think Hendrick, and Rick Hendrick especially, knows that, look, we're going to sign you, but you're going to still have to continue what you've been doing the past 6 months. Just because we sign you, that doesn't mean, oh, you can stop doing it now. You can focus on racing. No. You're going to still have to do everything you've done for the past 6 months, continue to grow, and help out with your community. And the fact that Hendrick Motorsports and Rick Hendrick said that in that statement makes me happy. Now, as for Kyle Larson, because I know there are people defending him in terms of this word means nothing, it means this, it's just a word, everyone says it. First of all, if you say it's just a word, you're an idiot, all right? You're just a flat-out idiot. First of all. Number two, I hope Larson will come out with a statement maybe later on and say something along the lines of, if you support me, if you don't support me in terms of me thinking that this word is bad, then don't support me at all. Like, if you think this word means nothing, yet you support me, you should stop supporting me because I don't want to associate with you. Maybe he can come out with a statement like that as we get closer and closer to the season. I don't know, but I think he has to acknowledge the people that are too ignorant to understand the magnitude of the situation and let them, set them straight, as saying like, hey, this is wrong. Like, you shouldn't be supporting me for saying this word or like something like that. He has to acknowledge that some way, shape, or form. But now let's talk about Cliff Daniels. I've said this from the beginning, ever since he became Johnson's new crew chief for, I think, the second half of 2019 and 2020. I just had this feeling that Cliff Daniels is going to be the next big crew chief at HMS. I just had this feeling for a long time. And we saw, as soon as Cliff Daniels came onto the team, you saw like a flip of the switch. The performance wasn't there, or at least the finishes wasn't there, but you saw that the team had speed. You saw that. They just couldn't capitalize on the finishes. Well, now you have a young driver like Kyle Larson. I think that is going to work great, that relationship between Cliff Daniels and Kyle Larson. And also, for Hendrick Motorsports as a whole, you got Rudy Fugle from Kyle Busch Motorsports coming over to take over to crew chief for William Byron. Those two have had history together. You now have Bowman, who's having a second or late season resurgence in the playoffs. William Byron, we'll see what he can do with the new crew chief next season. But everything that's going on, including on top of that, HMS and RC are working on a brand new engine to help bring Chevrolet back up top. This has the looks of a Hendrick resurgence. Maybe not for 2021, but definitely for 2022 when the next-gen car comes out. We always look at the last great Hendrick Motorsports season was back in 2014. Since then, it was really only one or two drivers that were actually winning races. Well, now you have a fresh, young team. It's like a rebuilding process with HMS. You have a fresh, young team. The average age, I think, in 2014, 2015 was in the mid-30s. Now, it's in the mid to low 20s, and HMS's team is. This has the looks of a potential, I say potential, not confirmed, but a potential powerhouse for HMS in 2022 when the next gen car comes out. But I'm really excited for Larson to be back into NASCAR. I'm really happy that he's got a second chance at NASCAR. And like I said, it's news that everyone was expecting, but still, it's really cool to see it actually be confirmed finally. But yeah, I'm really excited for Larson to be back into NASCAR. Larson's always been an entertaining driver at NASCAR, so it will be really cool to see what he can do now in the renumbered 5 car. That's the first time we're going to see the 5 car back in NASCAR since 2017 when Casey Kane drove that car. As for how this is going to work in terms of how the shops are going to be done, because I know HMS has the 9 and 24 shop, and then the 48 and the 88 shop. I don't know if what's going to happen, if the 5 is going to go with the 9 and the 24 to the 48. I'm not sure how that all is going to work out, but regardless, I think it's really cool to see Larson get a second opportunity. And at HMS at best, I think that's a team that just has the makings of a powerhouse. They took people from Toyota. They're getting extra help from RCR to get build a brand new engine. You have a new car coming out. Basically, that's going to start everything from scratch. You have Chase Elliott, who, even though he hasn't won a championship, he has gotten better and better, I feel like, as longer he's into the season. Larson, we know how good he can be in a race car. Bowman having a late season resurgence. And on top of that, going to the 48 car and having William Byron, who I feel like has potential to be something good or to do something good in the 24 car. And I feel like Larson and Chase Elliott will connect pretty well because they came on to this into the Cup Series almost similar. LA came in 2016, Larson 2014. And so they do have similar paths in terms of how long it took them to get to the Cup Series. They're both still young, but they're not old. They're not old to be veterans, but they're not young to be rookies. They sort of fit in the middle part of that I feel like can be great leaders to both Bowman and Byron. So yeah, I'm really liking what I'm seeing out of HMS right now. Has the potential to be a powerhouse team in 2022. Next year is going to be more of a wash season, but 2022, when that next gen car comes out, Chevrolet and HMS especially, that's going to be a team to watch. But yeah, that's it for But yeah, that's all we got for this episode. We only have one story. I wasn't planning on doing a show because I was getting ready to watch the Texas race, which hopefully should air tonight. But until next time, tell me what you guys thought in the comment section down below. You're happy that Larson's back in NASCAR or not? If so, again, please give me a reason as to why in the comment section down below. But until next time, my name is JettMDK, and I'll see you guys next time.